This is the most takes that I've ever done on a video. At worst, I've started to film a video before, stopped middle of the way through, and then started over, and then the second take was fine. But I'm having a really hard time getting this one off the ground. My brain is still in a fog. I'm at the very end of my illness. It's also about 100 degrees right now, which is why I feel comfortable filming at a park, because there is nobody here, because the heat has gone past the point of being fun, and it's not just a hot day, it's like a hot air day as well, where you feel like you're just like on fire wherever you stand, even when you're in the shade. But I tried to unscrew my my Gatorade cap off the bottle, and it took the ring with it. And when that happens, it is like an absolute nightmare to try to put it back on. It will just spin and spin and spin in perpetuity. It's fun using big words when you didn't need to. I could have just said it will spin forever. It's like I like saying, if I'm hungry. That's not a fun way to say that. I like saying, I need sustenance. Or instead of accidentally, I like saying inadvertently. There really is no need for me to use those kinds of, or unspoken. It could be just tacitly. There's really no need for me to use those words, but it is just kind of fun flexing on people that I know this word and they don't. I don't think it's so much that, actually. I mean, it's kind of like in parkour. I mean, the clearest route is just start from point A and go to point B. But the whole point of parkour is that, you do all this unnecessary stuff to get there, because it's fun doing the unnecessary stuff to get there, and it pushes the limits of your abilities. I feel like I'm doing word parkour when I use words that are unnecessarily complicated. I also just want to point out, this is the very, 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 very first time that I've filmed in public, and somebody's walked past me while I was filming. And we had this very awkward moment where I turned my head. It was like, oh, hey, you're there. And you learn to survive that kind of stuff. This is it's funny that was literally my worst fear that I just lived through. My worst fear in all of this, the whole reason why I always make sure that absolutely nobody is around, is to avoid that little split second of eye contact with somebody before we just move on with our lives, and neither one of us is harmed. She didn't make a big deal out of it at all. She just went on her merry way. I don't know what I'm assuming people are going to do to me if they see that I'm doing something creative in public. Are they going to... I mean, creative is maybe being a bit too kind to what I'm doing here, but yeah, just freely expressing myself in public. And the thing is, this is Portland. The person who walked past me has probably seen somebody urinate on the street today, and I am probably not in the top 15 most peculiar things that they have seen today. But hey, it feels good to... it's what do they call inoculation? It's inoquardation. Inoquardation. There we go. You throw yourself into the awkward situation and embrace it. And then the next time that you have an awkward encounter with somebody, it isn't as bad. Right? I mean, so much of I was talking about last week with the problems with chronic pain, ironically, trying to pretend like the chronic pain isn't there is giving it more power. The steps that we take to avoid feeling the full brunt of sensations actually makes them more powerful to us when we do feel them. I think awkwardness is very much the same way. The lengths that we go to avoid awkwardness, I mean, it just makes the awkward encounters that you're going to have, because awkwardness is an inevitability of the universe. It's an awkward universe. God did not make the reality that we live in socially adept. But yeah, it just makes those awkward encounters that you have so much worse if you're trying to avoid them with all your might. And I'd rather just bathe in it. Like the sweat that is sticking my shirt to my skin like cement.